No, you agreed very kindly to come on and give us a book recommendation, or two. Sometimes people say they want to do two. I'm not sure how many you've got, but if
I only knew I could bring one.
Oh, good, because others just break the rules. I mean, someone's done three.
I'm very obedient.
So, do you have? Is it a book about the peace movement?
Well, here it is. I don't know if you can see that, Crispin. It's a book by Arundhati Roy, the great Indian writer and peace activist. It's called The Checkbook and the Cruise Missile.
Wow.
It's a series of conversations with her, published around 2005, 2006. Do you want me to give my little promotional spiel about it?
Yes, please. Okay. Yes.
Well, I'll just start off by saying just a little bit about Arundhati Roy, because she was and is a massive inspiration to me, and also I think to a whole generation of people who became very politically active around the turn of the century with the big anti-neoliberal globalization demonstrations, Seattle, all that kind of thing, the World Social Forum, the anti-war movement, against the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. And she was a really, frontline activist and big political figure around that time. She comes from India, so she was a really powerful, or is a really powerful woman's voice from the global south. Very, very tough on anti-imperialism, obviously on anti-racism, but also very outspoken against nuclear weapons and on the climate emergency. I mean, we hear a lot about that now, rightly so, but 20 years ago, she was really in the forefront of activity. And one thing that she's very notable for having said, hopefully it will have resonance with your audience today, Crispin. Do you remember the term, another world is possible? It's part of our terminology we use. Well, she said that in 2003 at the World Social Forum in Porto Alegre in Brazil. And in fact, she said, another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. So, and when she said that, she was in a stadium with sort of 20 or 30,000 people, and you could have heard a pin drop because everyone was listening to this new other world coming forward. So special things about this little book. Well, first of all, the title, what is she referring to? The Checkbook and the Cruise Missile. She's talking about how the ruling class internationally, nationally and internationally exercises power. So through the checkbook of the IMF, which gets countries into debt, through the money from NGOs that are really working on the side of the ruling class. And then if those financial things don't work, then the cruise missile of the United States. So it's kind of with the money and the war, two sides of that same coin of control, imperialism, neoliberalism, and control. And there's a lot of stuff in there also about countering that power, how we fight back. And she talks quite a lot about the manipulation of knowledge. Okay, people say knowledge is power. And she quotes Chomsky because she did quite a lot of work with Chomsky. And she says, he doesn't like that expression, speak truth to power, which actually I've always quite liked. People like that. But then she explained why he doesn't like that. And she says that the powerful know the truth already, and they don't want us to have access to it. So it's not that they're doing the wrong thing because they don't know what the right thing to do is. They do bad things. And they know they're doing bad things because they are the class enemy. So she says it's the powerless that need to know the truth so they can act to change things and take the power, which is rightfully the power of the people. So that's our role, of course, to seize and take back that power, but to have the knowledge and the action to really take back that power. So there's a lot in this little book. It's just a little book. I highly recommend it. It's a real eye-opener. She's both a great writer, so you get a bit of the kind of, beautiful language that she has, but it's real heavy hitter from a really brilliant leader from the global south.